expectations and finding out what you're made of. All of those things come into play when you have a top 5 showdown at this point in the season. We have two teams both ranked in the top 6 and both with high expectations as they prepare to square off. It's the Texas A&M Aggies Texas A&M about to boot it away to start this game. On the run from inside his own 5. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. And here comes the maestro of this offense. And he's gotten himself right in the middle of the early Heisman race with his performance. Trying to establish the run. Forges ahead. Picks up about 3 to the 29. Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. Lee to throw. Got it in the middle. It's Bishop. Able to haul it in, but right to the ground he goes. Only a pickup of a couple. Faced with a 3rd and short from their own 32 to keep this drive alive. He's got it. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a first down at the 43.
And, man, that's not a surprise that they come to their go-to guy early. This is an offense that's so much fun to watch, and it's because they know who they are. They know how to get the ball to their playmakers. And on the first drive, Palmer, get your guy a touch, get him involved. You know receivers got some feelings, Jesse. I love that they're getting him lathered up and a touch early in this football game.
Yeah, he's definitely one of those guys who feels like he's open every single play, so it is a good idea to get him going early. For the defense, that's a bit of a jab in the face right there because you came into this game, you know who's going to get the ball. You know where they're throwing it, and you've got to do a better job now disguising your coverages to try and limit him and take him away as much as possible.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Got him downfield. He got loose, almost passed it, finally dragged down at the 32.
Well, you're seeing this offense aggressive here right out of the gate. I don't even know if they're planning on running the football the rest of this game, the way they're throwing it right now. I mean, they're just throwing caution to the wind. And, David, we know it. They've got a lot of confidence in their skill players throwing the ball, and right now that's been very apparent early.
Well, and now you knock me back on my heels a little bit. Now I'm like, oh, crud, is this their game plan? Is this going to be pass, pass, pass? So defensively, I'm thinking, how do I make my subs? Do I go dime? Do I go nickel, right? Like, they're definitely pass happy, but the first thing I have to do is get a pass rush and make this quarterback feel uncomfortable.
It's 1st and 10 from the 13. They're going to run it. They've got some room, headed to the goal line. Into their happy place for a touchdown.
Well, you know this offensive coordinator scripts his opening 10, 15 plays, and he didn't even need that. They went 9 plays and scored a touchdown, everything working perfectly. They look like a well-oiled machine early in this game offensively.
He'll return it. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. So the Texas A&M Aggies offense takes the field for the first time in this game. They'll be matched up against one of the best secondaries in the country.
And this matchup is going to be so much fun to watch because this defense, they're really, really good. And they like to take away what you do best. And a lot of times that means focusing on your number 1 guy. Palmer, here's a problem. There's 2 in this offense. So I can't wait to watch how they handle both of these guys that can make big plays and what answers they try to come up with.
I think that's the big question, right? Because it's really hard as a defense to double 2 guys. And I think if you're on offense here, you want to try and change the picture, change the formation and alignment, use motion, try and confuse this defense, or at least force them to communicate to get the matchups they want to get. I think there's opportunities in this offense today with these 2 big-time targets outside to make some plays, but they got to be versatile, and they got to try to be as multiple as they can.
Just going to keep it after the snap. They were all over him, nowhere to go as that 3rd down play turned into a disaster. The Aggies send out the punt team to kick it away. His first one of the day gave that leg a workout 5 times in last week's victory. And he is knocked down immediately after the catch. That punt coverage team had its hair on fire. Guys, this offense coming back out onto the field. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Lee takes to the air. Rushes on. Just couldn't find an open man. He'll get rid of it, and it'll be second down. Big picture, guys, this certainly isn't an all-or-nothing game. Long season ahead. But how much fun is it to have a top-5 clash like this one early?
It's so much fun, and you don't have to be a fan of just these 2 top-5 teams. If you're a fan of college football, you're honing in on this game because you're going to learn a lot here, David.
Yeah, and the fans are going to be like, overrated. This is why the preseason polls stink. We get a chance to prove ourselves with some of these teams that hasn't done a lot on the resume yet. Now, today is a resume builder.
It's 3rd and 5. Back's got it on the screen. He was fighting his way toward those sticks, but they'll stop him a couple of yards short.
I mean, good news here. They get the completion. Bad news, though, not enough to pick up the first down.
Look at this, guys. The offense appears to be going for it from their own side of the field. Timeout taken here by the Aggies. That'll be their first. After using an early one, 2 left for them to spend. They're a couple of yards short of the first down, but the offense will stay out there on 4th down. Still moving to his right, trying to make a big play. Oh, he dropped it. Just didn't look it all the way. They'll turn it over on. They spun that wheel of fortune on 4th down and come up bankrupt. The Aggies offense will have another go at it. They went 3 and out on their first possession, now to see if they can be more productive this time around. He makes the stop almost as soon as he catches it, and they're short of the first down. Last completion picked up a couple. Here comes 2nd and 8. Finds his man on the RPO. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one. Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on 3rd down. Big hit, knocks the ball away, and it'll force them into a 4th down. And they'll pat the kicker on the tail and tell him to go give it a shot. This crowd trying to do its part to get inside the kicker's head. 57 yards out, and he powers it through the uprights.
Well, that kid just showed off his hammer for a leg, 50-plus, and he did it with ease.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. And he'll be brought down after a solid effort on that return. He'll get this drive started from the 29. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play.
You definitely want to commit to the run game. You want to establish the run game. You want the defense to honor it. But if it doesn't work a little later down the road, you might think about airing that puppy out.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Lee to throw. Makes the grab. Finally stopped at the 46 after a 15-yard gain. The offense setting up shop at the 46, 1st and 10. Wide receiver going in motion.
And when you run these drag routes, it's super important that your quarterback can really use his eyes. Don't lock in where everybody's going to start looking at you and seeing what's coming. Does a good job, drops back, sees it, and the most important part, puts the ball out in front so he can catch it, get upfield, and make some extra yards after the catch.
Fresh set of downs going up top. Great job to separate the ball from the receiver there.
And that's your goal, separate man from ball. Try to get your shoulder in there on the catch point and really give him something to think about. Physically jar that football and knock it out. Nice job by the defender.
And after the tackle, we are headed to the end of the first quarter. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Makes the grab down the middle. Now he's got it all the way down to the 21-yard line, and they are threatening on 1st down. So after the break, they'll go back to work. Wants to throw on 1st. It's dropped after taking the hit.
Yeah, and listen, that dude is a dude. I get it. I mean, he's an absolute stud, and I want to find ways to get him the football, but maybe not force feed him in that situation when he's got 2 guys on him.
Look out! Just got rid of that one.
Well, nice job by the defense here in back-to-back plays. 2 straight incompletions. You've given up some yards, and the opponent's in field goal range. This is a place a lot of D coordinators like to send the blitz, because if you sack the quarterback and create a negative play, you knock them out of field goal range.
Pulls it in. They'll finally put the brakes on him at the 3. A big throw, catch and run on that one. Texas A&M will use its 2nd timeout. They're down to 1 timeout left in the half. So close to cashing it in for this offense. Get it out to the supersonic guy. Into the end zone for a touchdown. That touchdown puts them up by at least 2 scores. Too early to say it's over? Probably, but boy, it's starting to feel that way.
It might not be over, but you're in trouble, and you better find some answers really, really quickly. This team is putting everything together, and right now you got nothing going. Come on, give me something.
He's tackled, brought down right at the 25-yard line on the return. Here comes the Aggies offense out to start this drive. There's a little more urgency attached to this drive. They've only been able to put up a field goal and start this one down 14-3. There he goes. They'll get it to the 48. No need to measure. It's a 1st down.
And now you just completely flipped how I play defense. I'm not really worried about the quarterback running the football. I'm like, okay, he's number 3 or 4 on my list of who I think can beat me. But now he does that. Now it puts it in the back of my mind. I got to think about it. I got to stay home. I got to stay disciplined. Nice little...
Oh, he just handled it poorly, and it's a fumble. Defense falls on the ball. Going to be a turnover.
Nice heads-up play by the defense to jump on that ball after it got popped out.
Tackled after a short gain. It'll be 2nd and 9.
And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
Lee takes to the air. Stepping to the right. He's going to run it. Nice run there. Picks up a few, and they'll force him out of bounds.
And I think this is important for this defense. This will be a big key in the football game. Like, I got to limit the damage from that guy. Because that's a QB that's dynamic, and he can make so many big plays. I got to string him out. I got to make him get to the sideline. But I will say this. I do want to hit him at the end of the runs. I don't want to let him out of bounds and let him get free carries. I want it to be physical.
He gets it to the 31-yard line. A big play for this offense.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you.
Going for it all. And good hands there by the defense on that shot to the end zone.
And that's pretty encouraging. Like, this defense needs a shot in the arm, right? Like, 2 possessions, they've given up 2 touchdowns. Like, now they try to be aggressive and go after the deep ball right away. Nice coverage. That's a good start to this drive. You know, 2 bad drives, we flush those, we forget about those. See if this defense can get back on track.
Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Breaks into the open. Defense comes up with a stop, but not before he moves the chains and takes it inside the 10 to the 8. A first down run in the red zone. And they're in for a touchdown. How efficient have they been as they extend this lead here in Week 5? And the extra point makes it a 21-3 lead.
Well, you can't script this up any better than if you're on offense. 3 drives and 3 touchdowns. This offensive play caller right now, man, he is in a rhythm. Everything he is dialing up is working perfectly. But, David, when you've got the pieces that they have on offense, when you've got the quarterback, when you've got the running backs and the tight ends and the wide receivers and this offensive line, man, sometimes it can make you look real good, but they have been up and down the field.
And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19. The Aggies trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Wants to throw. It's Hart. Snags it over the middle. At the 35, he's got room. And it's a first down. They'll mark it at the 44. Last completion moved the sticks, and let's see if they try it again. Here's a quick throw out to the left. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play. A lot of ground to cover, and they need a chunk here on second down. Back to pass, and he'll have to push it downfield. Makes the grab. He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short. They'll snap it from the 48 on 3rd and short. They just keep firing. They're all over him. Just gets rid of it to avoid the sack.
And this offense stays aggressive and they pass the football. I think you can always look back and say, 3rd and short, I'd love for you to run it, be the more physical team. But nice job sticking up and bowing their necks for this defense.
The punt goes out of bounds, and a nice job to get them backed up. I think they'll spot it right around the 15. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Going to the running game. And he finds enough running room, and he's marked down at the 20. Down to 2 minutes before the half, and they'll take the timeout and see if they can add a little more before the break. And here comes the offense on second down. Kept it on the ground, now they'll throw. Rolling to the right, trying to make something happen. He picks up the fumble, but they'll blow it dead right there. And remember, at this stage of the game, the only person who can advance a fumble for the offense is the fumbler.
Man, those are so frustrating when you're a defense and you swarm to the football and you stick the quarterback and you make him cough it up just to have the other team recover it again and you don't get it. Still a good stick, still a good physical play. Keep hitting that quarterback.
On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. And this is dropped. Incomplete. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on. And here comes the punt team. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. They'll field this one in tight quarters. They stop him immediately, flying down the field, and get to him before he can even get started. They'll open this drive and snap it from the 44. Looking to throw, it's Hart. Going for the big play. And he tried to take the top off with the first play of the drive and got nothing to show for it. They'll need a bunch on second down. Here's the snap, ready to cut one loose. Finds his man, it's West. Stopped at the 46-yard line, but give him 10 yards and the first down. Texas A&M going up-tempo.
Every drive is obviously important, but now that you've dug yourself a hole, this offense, they need to score here. Like, before the half, they need to move this ball down the field. Nice job in the passing game. Got to put a few together. Need to get some points to cut into this lead right before the half.
Picked up 5 on that last pass play. Now it's 2nd and 5. Finds his big tight end. Oh, he's got some space. A likely touchdown-saving tackle, but the catch and run takes it down to the 7. And this is a really important series of plays, a chance to cut into the lead just before halftime. Into the end zone. He was open, he had it, and he dropped it. Would have been a touchdown. Instead, it's second down. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. Back to throw, time running short in the half. And it just squirted through his hands. He wanted to take off and got too anxious. It's third and goal and third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Here comes the heat. Touchdown, Aggies. Quick strike through the air for the score.
Well, that was a huge touchdown for the offense there, just to try to get some mojo going here at halftime. It'd have been tough sledding here in the first half. Only a field goal before they finally got into the end zone. So obviously still a lot of work to do. You're still trailing on the scoreboard. That's going to do a lot for their confidence, I think, before heading into the second half.
From deep, it's Bishop. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? Lee to throw. Got it. Brought down at the 25 after he picked up 10. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays.
I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for one or two more plays. One more snap coming before halftime. Fresh setter downs going to the air. Finds his target down the middle. And he make the stop, and that is the end of the first half. And we are headed to halftime. Both squads headed into the locker room to make some adjustments. Gives us an opportunity to check in with Kevin Connors in our EA Sports College Football Studio Update. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Texas A&M has it back, and we say howdy to the Aggie offense again. Down 2 possessions to start this third quarter. They'd love to build some early momentum.
You ain't lying, because you only got so many possessions here in the second half, so now you're down. I got to maximize every single one, put your best plays together, start this drive off on a good note.
Yeah, it starts right here. Obviously, you can't get it all back on this drive, but you can create that momentum. You can create something special and some energy, but it's going to start with this offense here executing at a high level.
They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. Line getting set on second down. Off the bootleg and rolling out. Right side, it's Carry-On. Great job on the containment and the tackling. They stop him for no gain. Third down, and this offense is already in a world of trouble. They can really use a conversion, not to mention multiple scores. Setting up the screen. He's going to come up about 5 yards short of the line to gain. Texas A&M will have to boot it away. Searching for space. He gets it out to the 17, the cover unit right there to make the stop. Here comes the offense onto the field again. Lee takes to the air. Oh, pressure's coming. Trying to escape and get it himself. Turning it on. And how about that run? A huge gain and the slide at the end.
I mean, these quarterbacks nowadays can run so fast. Think about who you've got chasing him. Defensive linemen, those big old defensive tackles, defensive ends, linebackers. They can't catch him because they're faster than them nowadays. So much speed, so much electricity now with these guys.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Tackled almost immediately. Not a whole lot on that one.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Zings it complete to the right. He gets across the 20 and finally out of bounds at the 19. They're in the red zone. They've moved it to the 19, 1st and 10. Tells to run, wants to pass. Out wide left, it's Graves. And into the end zone for a touchdown. They'll try to add another to their lead. And with the extra point, they're on top by 18. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And the capper, a 19-yard toss for the touchdown. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Texas A&M offense is back on the field. They're down 28-10, and I don't think it's exaggerating to say their chance of winning this football game probably rides on this drive. Hauls it in. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down. And the Aggies can really attack on this 2nd and short. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Carry-On. And he is just engulfed at the line by this giant defensive tackle. This is where you make the money on the drives. Ball at the 30, it's 3rd and short. Sets his feet, it's Hart. Throws to the wideout. And the defense getting a hand in there on 3rd down. The Aggies send out the punt team to kick it away. Catches it cleanly at the 20. And he's going to get it up to about the 29-yard line before he's brought down. Let's go to the sideline in Holly Rowe.
Hey guys, checking in from the home team sidelines. There is a lot of excitement right now on the sideline. I see their quarterback going up to guys and saying, let's keep eating.
Makes the catch and he's free. And he's to the 48-yard line. That'll be good enough for a first down. They came out hot on this drive. One play and already near midfield. Out of the gun, the running back has it. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10. Quarterback changing the play. Wants to go up top on 2nd down. Moving out to the right. Throws to the tight end. Intercepted. Big play. Stops the drive. He was looking. Big return to go with the pick, but he'll set him up in business at the 36. They'll put it in play from the 36 for the first play of the drive. Fresh set of downs going up top. The safe call on the wide receiver screen. Stopped right there. Long way to go on 2nd down. The run inside. It's Carry-On. They've got him corralled.
And what a great job by the defense here. First down, 2nd down, 2 straight runs. They stuff both. And that was a big key for them coming into this game. They want to set up 3rd and long situations.
Rush coming in hot, and they got him at the 29.
And, man, this offense just searching for some way to climb back and get back into this game. They're down by 1,000, and it's not looking good. And you can't even protect your quarterback on third down. Like, everything going the other direction.
Working his way on the return up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. So, guys, we'll get another look at this offense. They'll start this drive 60 yards in front of them from their own 40. He's got enough. Couldn't ask for much more there. A first down, and they're down to the 42. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Lee to throw. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. Oh, what a play. It's intercepted. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover. This offense is so deep, it's teetering on the edge of a safety. Quick give. It's carry on. Tackle behind the line, and he'll lose one on the play. After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Looking to throw, and they need a bunch. Quickly out to the tight end. Good pickup, a little bit short of the sticks.
Well, you hear all the time that the tight end's the QB's best friend. You saw a perfect example of it on that last play, right? 2nd down, you need to pick up some positive yards to keep this 3rd down manageable. Really nice job of executing that.
On 3rd and short, they'll try to throw for it. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
And we were talking about it at half, guys. Like, how are they going to crack this puzzle, right? This defense so elite in the first half. Second half, they come out. They're trying to throw the football, man. I just don't know where the weaknesses are. They're going to have to keep working and keep trying to make that big play and stay aggressive. But so far, on every level of this defense, they've been dominant.
As we head to the 4th quarter, this guy is seeing the defense. Look how he spread the ball around. Final stands of the game, and we'll start with a first down. Fresh center downs going to the air. It's complete to the right. Showing off those sweet feet as he gets it to the 45. That last completion left him with 2nd and 3. Let's see how aggressive they are. Got there right as the ball did. Jarred it loose. It'll be 3rd down. As we check in with Holly.
Guys, things are starting to get intense down here on the sideline. The turnovers have been the story of this game, and it all starts with this defense. After that last interception, they came to the sideline, and the guys keep saying, let's keep eating. This defense is fueling this team today and taking control of the game. Guys, back to you.
Appreciate that, Holly. Finds a little bit of room. Give him a couple down to the 23.
And I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
Timed it perfectly to knock it free and forces the 3rd down.
Well, the offense has had their way all game long up to this point. Finally, the defense is able to make a play. And I'll tell you, after that hit, that receiver is going to be thinking twice about running that route.
Snags it, and there's running room. Takes it into the end zone for a touchdown. That'll give them a little more breathing room as they try to push this winning streak to 5. And the extra point splits the uprights, and they're up 35-10. Returner will field it and try to get some field position. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. So here comes the Texas A&M offense back onto the field. We've certainly seen better performances from this group. You have to hope that they'll grow from this, but this is going to be one that they're going to pick off. What a play to set them up! This offense has it with really good field position. Looking, and into the end zone. He's in for the touchdown. They build this 4th quarter lead, and they are just minutes away from going 5-0.
Man, This has been a complete performance. The defense has been lights out, and the offense, obviously, just continues to pour it on. This is what you call having a great day. Putting it all together, offense, defense, complementary football.
He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. So the Texas A&M offense returns to the field. This was certainly not their best effort. I believe this team is much better. It's a fumble. A fortuitous turn of events to keep possession of that one. And wait just a second. The official's going to take a second look at this one. So the officials take a closer look, and the replay booth will overturn the call. Throws it off the RPO.
It's really easy to say the word RPO and say I'm going to run them, but you got to make those decisions, and you got to make them fast. You can't get confused by all the craziness that's going on, by all the guys moving around or talking. Nice job by the quarterback, staying in the moment, seeing it, throwing the slant, making sure he makes the right decision.
He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go.
Offense will take that. Free 5 yards every time. Bad discipline by the defense.
Here comes the offense on first down. They'll move the wide receiver. Sells to run, looking to pass. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to fight another play. Second and long here. Working that left side now. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up. A chance to sort of put the defense on its heels if you convert a third and long, this one from the 44. Trying to pick up a first down. On third and long, no secret what he needs here. Pass rush coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32. The defense uses a timeout. That's their first. And they'll still have 2 timeouts left for the rest of this game. Punt is on its way. Trying to make one miss. Pretty solid coverage there, and they'll stop him at the 26. Now this offense is back on the field. Boy, they have delighted these home fans here by putting this game in a hammerlock, David.
Yeah, this crowd's been jacked up. They've been excited. Now they get to breathe a little bit, Palmer. Nice lead. This offense needs to go out and protect it.
Yeah, they've been the more physical team all game long. So let's just run the ball. Let's just ice this football game. Take the W into the locker room.
A lot of ground to cover, and they need a chunk here on second down. Lee takes to the air. This time it's complete.
And this offense continuing to spin the football, man, continuing to add to a great day. They've built this big lead. They've shown you a variety that they can do a lot of really, really good things. And I like it, man. Continue to throw the football. Continue to be who you are. It's the defense.
Breaks into the open on the left. And what a huge play for this offense after that great run.
And you want to put a winning streak together like this team has, run the football and create explosive plays. Nice job by the offense, showing the speed. How about the blocking up front? Everybody blocking, getting a hat on the hat, creating the explosive run.
Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance. They'll throw again after the incompletion. Timed that hit perfectly to keep him from making the grab. It'll be third down.
And how about this offense? They're not worried about the clock. They're not worried about the score. They're not worried about early and down. Still trying to execute their offense. Still trying to make big plays. And they've had a great day so far.
Fires complete on the crosser. Works his way to the 4-yard line, and they'll have it first and goal. And while this game is all but decided, the offense's job is to score. So they might try to score again. And we have breaking news. They score yet another touchdown. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point splits the uprights. They put together a 74-yard touchdown drive, and they cap the drive with a 4-yard touchdown pass. Let's see what he can do with the return. Just able to get out to the 18-yard line on the return before he stopped. A little bit backed up to start this drive from their own 18-yard line. Hits inside. It's Carry-On. He's stopped dead in his tracks again. No running room to be found. They keep trying and have had very little success. They'll need a bunch on second down. To the air, it's Hart. The throw to the outside is complete. The timeout stops the clock with 10 seconds to play. 3rd and 6 yards to go. On the ground, it's Carry-On. He was looking everywhere for more running room and couldn't find it. He'll be 4 yards short, and it's 4th down. They'll use the timeout. 6 seconds left on the clock. Texas A&M will have to boot it away. Not a lot of room to field this one. He's got great speed. They bring him down. Strong effort by